Hello everyone and welcome to the third Pokémon tournament. Quite a few things have changed since the Arceus Metronome tournament ended. The school year started. Many people, unfortunately, due to that, had to leave the server. However, I took over. I created a new server. I'm the host. It backfired and Flash Silver came with me to the new server, and we invited quite a lot of new people. In this new tournament, first one on my server, third one in total, we have 13 participants participating in the Color Tournament. Yes, these are the rules that we will be playing with in this tournament. Number 1, you may only use one color of Pokemon. So only yellow, or only red, or only blue. And this color is randomly selected. I did this in a previous video. If you haven't seen that, please go watch that if you'd like. It is random. I randomly selected them. Multiple people can have and will have the same color. There are 4 reds, I believe, 2 yellows, 2 greens. And perhaps there's one more that had 2. There was a good amount that had 1 as well. Rule 2, only if you can control form changes to a different color, you may use such a Pokemon. For example, a Darmanitan with Z mode changes color. I believe it goes from red to purple. And you cannot 100% control this. You aren't allowed to make that form change whatsoever. And it is possible that it changes its form during battle if it gets below half HP. Therefore, that ability Z mode is just banned. Darmanitan therefore has to have its other ability, which I believe is only sheer force. Another example is Audino may not Mega Evolve. You may use Audino, but Audinite is forbidden due to the fact that it would change color upon Mega Evolution. Another example, Charizard is red, Charizard Y is red, Charizard X is black. Therefore, you could use Charizard, but you may not use Charizardite X, only Y. Rule 3, Ditto is allowed. Why Ditto is allowed? Because I thought that would be really interesting. Would someone use it on Team Purple? Ditto may use Transform and its ability Imposter to change color. Mew would not be able to use Transform. That was not allowed. Only Ditto can do that. We'll be playing under Smogon OU rules. Just your regular battle rules, except for the fact that we have the color restriction. This also means that it's 6v6 single battles. Each round will consist of a best 2 out of 3 match, so you have to win 2 battles to move on to the next round. And the tournament will be, just like the previous 2, a double elimination tournament, meaning you have to lose 2 matches to be knocked out. I am considering changing this. We're looking to do a Swiss tournament followed by single elimination in the 4th tournament. For now though, let us start the tournament with my first battle in round 2. Why round 2? Well, we didn't have a power of 2 in the number of participants. We had 13. So Flash Silver is the winner of the previous tournament. He got a bye, and then I randomized the other 2 that got it, and I happen to be one of them. So I start in round 2. Now before we go to the battle, let's reveal my team. I'm looking forward to this. I am Team Yellow, one of the 2 people on Team Yellow. And this is my team. The captain, Tapu Koko. She who strikes in the shadows, Mimikyu. Wheel! Victini. And if you get that reference, you're awesome. Seb, you don't count because I know exactly I know that you know the reference because we talk about it quite regularly. Somewhat regularly, anyway. Then we have hello, Shuckle. We have the Wishmaker, Jirachi. And finally, I have the power, Haxorus. Let's get going into the fight, into the battle. My Team Yellow against Wingman's Team Black. Wingman, you may know that name. He's from the Chibi Manny server. He'll have been in some of my videos, but especially in some of Manny's videos as well. He was one of the people I invited to join this Pokemon server, and he did. And he happened to be my first opponent. Team Yellow versus Team Black. Let's do this. I start off with Mine Turtle, the Shuckle, and they start with a Dusknoir. They find out I have that item trick. I get a life orb, which is somewhat interesting. That they get my mental herb. I encored them because I wanted to limit what they could do. Unfortunately, due to the fact they stole my mental herb, that didn't exactly work out too well. They went for Thunder Punch, so I just sticky webbed. Make sure they're slower. They use Thunder Punch, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Actually, I'm okay with you continuing to do that. I don't really need to encore it, because you'll probably keep doing it anyway. So just set up the Stealth Rock. Setup is there. I decided to use Infestation to deal some extra damage, forgetting that I have a Life Orb, so I should take 10% there. Sure, they lose more with 12, but that Life Orb damage I'm not a big fan of. They deal some more with Thunder Punch. I encore them into Thunder Punch because I want to switch, and I want to make sure that they can't use another move that's more helpful against one of my Pokemon here. So, Vegetarian the Haxorus comes in because it's based on a vegetarian dragon. That's why it's called Vegetarian. At Dragonette's expecting them to switch, they don't. They continue to use Thunder Punch. I decided to keep on using Dragonets because I feel it will give me a real big advantage if things work out. However, I am afraid of the paralysis from Thunder Punch. Luckily, it doesn't happen. I Earthquake, take out the Dust Storm, and take the 6-5 lead. Chandelure comes in, and here's where the setup with Shuckle is real helpful. They take 25% damage due to being weak to Stealth Rocks, otherwise it would just be 12.5%. And also, because Chandelure is grounded, even though it sort of looks like it's floating, it doesn't have the ability to levitate or is flying type. So it is affected by Sticky Web. It is slower, which means that it's very likely that all of my Pokemon will be faster than theirs unless they have a really fast one on their team. And also they take a bit of damage from Stealth Rock, making KOs easier. So I'll just continue with Earthquake just like I did in the Dust Noir. Take a bit of damage myself on Vegetarian. But that's okay, helps me KO things. Houndoom takes damage, is slower. I just Earthquake once more, take out the Houndoom. And that's a 6-3 lead. Things are looking very good. Double speed, double attack. They're slightly damaged. Things are looking very good. Here I decided to go for Outrage because I didn't trust Earthquake taking out the Snorlax. Outrage did with more power and stab. Necrozma comes in. Does Outrage work against it? Yes, it does. Do I get confused or not? Let's see. No, I don't, which means I get a third Outrage. Super effective against the Guzzlord. And boom! Can I call that a Mega Sweep 6-0? No, because the Life Orb does take out Vegetarian, so it is 5-0. However, Haxorus did an amazing job. It was a bit of setup with Shuckle, and then Haxorus just completely took the fight from there with Dragon Dance, Earthquake, and Outrage. This gives me a 1-0 lead. However, as I said previously in this video, it is best 2 out of 3 in every round, so I have to win one more battle to move on to round 3. Let's fight. I once again go with Shuckle. They start with Guzzlord this time. Sludge Wave, which doesn't really do too much. I decided to just set up the Sticky Web because I wasn't too afraid of what Guzzlord would do. The Dark Pulse. I just had the Infestation to deal some extra damage while I'm here because I don't see them dealing too much damage against me. I set up the Stealth Rock. They take some more damage from the Infestation, which is nice. Will help me KO it later. They go with Fire Blast. Actually get a crit. Do they get the burn? No, they don't. I do some extra damage with Infestation, just a tiny bit, but I felt that that was the best way to go. Help KO it later. Infestation, just a bit more damage. I'm sacrificing Mind Turtle because I don't see them with any Defog or Rapid Spinner, so I'm okay with letting Mind Turtle faint. What I did forget is that Guzzlord is an Ultra Beast and therefore has the Beast Boost ability, so I do have to be afraid of that. It has shown Dark Pulse, it has shown Fire Blast, it has shown Sludge Wave, so it does have pretty good coverage, it seems. However, I have an idea of how to deal with that, and that's the speedy Tapu Koko. I Dazzling Gleam, ultra effective against Dark and Dragon. That one's gone. Now Stealth Rock and Sticky Web come into play. And Captain goes for another Dazzling. It doesn't actually do as much as I expected, which is unfortunate. They heal a bit with leftovers, but if they just use Blizzard, then I'm fine. Fire Blast does come in, deals just over a quarter damage, doesn't get the burn. So I think, yep, let's just keep Dazzling Gleaming. I'm not too afraid. 27%, once again, just over a quarter. but things are still looking pretty good. So Dazzling Gleam away, and Captain takes the KO against Snorlax, makes it 5-4. They do have a Houndoom now. Dark is weak to Fairy, however, Fire resists it. I decide, let's just keep going, weaken it, set it up for the next Pokemon. They use Body Slam, which is a surprising move. Doesn't KO Captain, so Houndoom is taken out as well, making it 5-3. Chandelure comes in, takes 25% damage. This is likely what Captain will be defeated by now. It resists the Fairy move due to the fact that it's Fire type. They undo their speed drop with Flame Charge, which is interesting. However, I do believe the Vegetarian is still a faster Pokemon. I do decide to set it with Dragonite, even though I'm afraid of Will-O-Wisp. No, wait, no. And I remember now, I forgot that I had Will-O-Wisp. I was thinking Fire, Blast, Dark Pulse, Flame Charge, something else. It was as they used Will-O-Wisp that I thought, it's a Ghost type that might have Will-O-Wisp. Not even because it's a Fire type, because it's like a Ghost-esque move, yet it's Fire type. They could really be both. But they use Will-O-Wisp and I'm thinking, no. There we go. So that was a nice move on Wingman's part, burning my Vegetarian. I do use Earthquake, I do take him out. With the burn, my attack is halved, so I'm now, with the attack boost I got from Dragonite, at 3/4 of my normal attack. I do still have the increased speed, so I can still do quite a lot from here, and I do still have 3 Pokemon in the back at full health. So I'm looking pretty good. I decided to just go with Outrage. They Flash Cannon. I'm now locked into Outrage, I get to use it again. So I do take out Necrozma, and they have just Dusknoir to beat 4 of my Pokemon. I am confused, but I believe I decide to just keep on fighting, and otherwise just let it be taken out my Haxorus. I actually get the move, I get the Outrage, it actually takes it down to 18%, which is really nice. They try to Thunder Punch to do some damage, it wasn't necessary. I send in Real Pikachu, because that's 100% Real Pikachu right there. And if you recognize this Real Pikachu, I do believe I use the exact same set in the Initials tournament. Mimikyu is also one of the Pokemon that's on my regular OU team. If I don't have restrictions, I decided to use that in the Initials tournament because I like the set so much. And it's yellow, so I got to use it on this team as well. Mimikyu all the way. I really like this set. And considering Dusknoir is their final Pokemon, only at 18%, and the fact that it's weak to Ghost, I just Shadow Claw and take it out. And with that 3-0 victory and the 5-0 victory from earlier, I have beaten Cooling and move on to round 3. Cooling isn't eliminated. Cooling moves to the losers brackets, and if he keeps winning there and he eventually wins the losers bracket, he does have the chance to still win the title. Because as I said, you have to lose 2 matches to be knocked out. And this is just Coolwing's first. He still has a chance to win. That was the fight for today. Hope you're looking forward to the rest of the tournament. What color do you think will win the tournament? Obviously, if you're in the tournament, I suppose if you're watching this on the first or second day of this being out, you may still post your guess. But at the time I'm recording this, only the finals remain in the tournament, which means only 2 colors max remain. So those in the tournament will know that certain colors will definitely not win. But which color would you, if you're not in the tournament, which color do you think will win? Those that are in the tournament or are in the server that have access to the tournament bracket, what color did you think at the start of the tournament that would do really well? I personally thought that red would do really well. But after I made my own team yellow and I looked at what other threats the other colors might have, I thought yellow would actually stand a really good chance. There was no team blue, and blue had the most options. And then I thought that, which color was it? No, I think it was red I thought was most dangerous, but I thought with yellow I would stand a good chance. So red, yellow are the 2 that I thought would do the best. And I can tell you this, next round I face a red. So look forward to that. I'll see you in the next round.